Title, AITA, for returning an engagement ring. My boyfriend proposed to me after 5 years together on my birthday. We were in Thailand, and I had wanted to see many sights there. We did touristy stuff all day, just as I wanted, and came back to our hotel. Then he asked me the big question, but it was in the hotel room. I said yes and played it off, but I was secretly very disappointed. We woke up the next morning and I told him the truth. The proposal wasn't what I wanted. I hated that I would have to picture it for the rest of my life in a random hotel room. He took it very personally, which I get. But my answer is still yes. I just want him to re-ask at a different location. AITA.
Hotel rooms are nice. I think that could have been a very romantic, nice moment. They could have proposed and then had sex instantly. They're in a hotel room. They can do whatever they want. They already had this big, beautiful, romantic day. They did touristy stuff. They went and I'm assuming had great food. Then they're back at the hotel hanging out. Could have been fun.
But you don't see her side at all. It's a hotel room. It's generic. There's a painting of a dog at a park on the wall.
But it's in Thailand. It's not like a sleazy Motel 6 like we talked about earlier. It's a nice hotel in a different country. You're on an adventure.
So it's still a hotel. It's not that romantic.
Well, here's the thing is even if he does propose in a second location, she still will always have this memory. So why make him go through all this trouble? The first instinct is oh shit, remember when you proposed at a hotel like an idiot? These are her words, I'm guessing. But no, then I made you do it here. It's
well, yeah, she'll have the memory, but she'll have a new memory that's more important of the proposal that she actually accepted and wanted.
I guess I would just be a little I personally could not handle a second proposal because I'd feel not guilty, but I would feel weird, oh, they're only doing this because I made them do it, and then I would feel weird, I'm putting them out, I'm making it difficult for them.
You're saying you wouldn't ask for a reproposal.
Right. I think asking for reproposals is insane.
I think this girl has a legit emotion. I understand where she's coming from. I remember when my girlfriend asked me to be her boyfriend, and I have that memory crystal clear in my head, and I acknowledge that proposals and weddings and things like this, generally speaking, women are very passionate about them. They get very excited. It's kind of their number one thing.
I think one of the comments kind of says it perfectly. Jordan Howard says, "You're the asshole. I can't imagine the bridezilla that will become of this." I think she does sound like a bridezilla. Everything has to be perfect. The proposal has to be perfect. You're in a different country. You're on an adventure. Just let him live.
I feel like you're not giving her a single inch. She felt this emotion, Anthony. This is not what she wanted. See, this is where I'm starting to go with this. Feelings are never invalid. Right? She had this feeling. The proposal is very important to her. I think it's easy for you to be oh, isn't it technically good enough? Well, yeah, technically. And I think for most people, it would be good enough. And I think that's why she got a lot of flack for this. And people said, you're the asshole. But I think her feeling is valid. And I think the mistake here might have been the communication. She doesn't really go into how she did this. But I think this could have been broached in a way very carefully that would have been much less hurtful. I don't believe that she broached properly.
If she is the kind of person to ask for a second engagement proposal, he has to know that she's that kind of person. If she's that particular, that she's willing to ask.
Bro, does he not know her? They're getting fucking married.
And they've been together for 5 years. So she opens with that. So he should know her better that you would think that not even if they talked about it or not, you'd think that he would know her vibe that she would not like that.
Absolutely. And there's no reason to be butthurt about it. I get why he's butthurt. I think the way for her to approach this would be just to come at it from a feelings perspective. Hey, I'm so excited. I literally can't wait to marry you. I feel so bad saying this, but I didn't love the setting of a hotel room.
What about his feelings?
I felt disappointed, or maybe she could be more general. I felt disappointed about yesterday.
What about his feelings? Wouldn't you feel rejected? Say you proposed to Danny and she said propose again. Wouldn't you feel rejection and hurt?
Of course I would. But I have to say that I'm inclined to think there was an ineptitude to this. I would not ask my girlfriend, who is a motherfucker about details. I mean, we are talking about the detail queen. To ask me in a hotel room? What am I, suicidal? I think this guy kind of messed up. He should know this girl.
Yeah, that's fair.
He had other opportunities. They were in Thailand. So why did he opt for the hotel room? He made a mistake. And I'm not saying that her requesting this isn't brutal or asshole-ish. I might even say that everyone sucks here. It is a brutal thing. And returning the engagement ring is brutal, right? Because that's sort of the symbology of it. Have this back. If she had just said, I just felt like yesterday's setting, it didn't work for me. I love you so much. I can't wait to marry you. And then let him initiate the repropose to make it up to her. That might have been a better situation.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, most people aren't that level-headed, like, especially in the moment. Like, she was probably so disappointed that she couldn't even think clearly, and she probably was a little bit harsh. But I think she definitely could have been like, this is so important to me. It's going to be in my memory forever. It's burned in my memory forever. Just please do it again. Can we do a second take, honey? Please.
I think sometimes when you demand a specific course of action from people, that feels ultimatumy and that turns them off and they don't like it. So I think coming at it from like, I felt like yesterday wasn't what I always imagined it would be. Like, I felt like the setting didn't show how much I love you and how much you love me, and sticking there and then letting him sort of accepting the idea is a less hurtful way than being like, here's the ring back, you know, like that hurts.
Yeah,
to get
the
the ring back. Oh,
Yeah, the ring back is pretty brutal. But also, what does she think marriage is going to be like? It's going to be a bunch of perfect moments. Like, marriage is challenging. Like, I think she already failed the first challenge.
I disagree, man. I think these are fucking special things. The proposal is special. The wedding is special. Like, I think for a lot of women, this is some of the most important moments in their lives. And it's important for men too. I just think on the man side, like, I don't really give a shit about the wedding. You know, I give a shit about the yes, right? And she is saying yes. And I'm not saying this guy is wrong for having his feelings hurt. I guess he took it very personally. Well, of course he's going to take it personally.
She's saying yes with a qualifier, though. She's like, yes, if you do it in a better location. Like, isn't he enough? Isn't his love enough? This ring enough? He's giving a vow to her. Does the hotel really make that much of a difference?
I think it does. I think he should have known better. That's kind of where I'm at with this. And people are disagreeing with us in the Facebook group. Erica Spira says, my dad proposed at a Dairy Queen and is still married 34 years later, which I don't understand. Why is she acting like that shitty? A Dairy Queen? That beats the hell out of a hotel room. That's why she said yes. She's like, oh, how could I say no? He held the ice cream upside down and said, will you marry me? I was like, I'm all in, sweetheart.
Exactly, man. Hot eats, cool treats. Hell yeah, I'll spend the rest of my life with you.
Yeah, and if she says no, like, he's at a place where he can easily eat his feelings. I mean, I think DQ is the number one place.
Absolutely. It's very romantic. And he's like, you know what? If she says no, he's like, you know what? Make that Blizzard a large, a banana split to go.
Can I get a job? But there's everything you could ever need at DQ. By the way, this episode sponsored by Cold Stone, the better DQ. Crystal Frost writes, my husband also proposed in a hotel room. He's shy and doesn't like being the center of attention. The proposal isn't just about you. It's about him too. Fair enough, Crystal. But like, obviously that flew with Crystal, right? This didn't fly with our submitter. Kylie Perotti writes, sounds like she wanted to have Instagram-friendly photos, and the hotel room didn't live up to that. Look, I think it's stupid to marry someone who really likes Instagram. I think you're in for a bad time. But if this guy is doing it, he needs to live up to it.
What's the point of being married if I can't get 500 likes on the gram? Like,
right.
Content is king above all else.
I'm so happy I'm not marrying you, food blogger boy.
Follow Upper Feast. One pitch per one per you
one
get it.
Plug per show.
There you go.
So we got wondering, what do people actually think about the specifics of the proposal? We asked the FB group, Married Engaged folks, did you discuss your proposal expectations prior to? Is that even a thing? 37% said no, but it's a thing. 31, no, that's weird. 25%, yes, but only regarding the ring. 6%, I didn't know when, but they knew what kind of proposal I wanted. And exactly 0 people said yes in detail.
Definitely have to talk about the ring, because that's something the person's going to wear literally every single day. You don't want some ugly, stupid ring or something too gauche or whatever. The ring is definitely worth talking about, but the engagement, I guess, is important too.
Obviously, we are seeing that there's a balance of surprise versus specificity that matters here. You want the romance, you want the surprise.
Well, I mean, like Ariel wrote, if you're marrying someone, you should have a good idea of what they would like. I think that's a fact. I think if you're dating someone, you know very well what they like.
Right. I mean, it is a pretty fine-grained detail, though, because, like, they were in fucking Thailand. It was a nice vacation. And then it was the actual location of the ask that ended up doing it in. I mean, isn't the overall trip part of the freaking proposal?
So I don't know anything about Thailand, so I'll just put it in New York standards. Say someone from the Midwest comes to New York on a vacation, and they have this beautiful day. They go to Central Park, they go to the Brooklyn Bridge, and then they go to Times Square. Would you rather be proposed to in Times Square versus the hotel? Like, I'm sure there's a Thailand Times Square equivalent or something
right.
very touristy. Like,
I think
it's
actually called Times Square. It's just spelled THII. square.
I think that would be a nightmare to get proposed to in a big, like, touristy spot.
Yeah, but what about when he was at the Brooklyn Bridge? It's a little quieter. Central Park, Sheep's Meadow, a nice plain where it's quiet. I mean, there's other chances. Joni Martinez writes, says she was watching TV in bed when she was proposed to.
Now, that's a little too casual even for me.
That's... I mean, I like it. I'm kind of jealous of her husband that she's that mad chill. It just feels like that could go, hey, honey, are you done with the bathroom? Okay, will you marry me? Oh, you're not done yet? Oh, you got diarrhea. Okay. Well, let me know when you're done.
I also got diarrhea.
Yeah, I want to don't flush. I want to put my diarrhea on your diarrhea because it'll show like how much I love you.
Oh, my stars.
I'm still leaning that this girl's not the asshole, and I've got pretty good evidence that suggests this is a thing that happens. 2 people in our Facebook group said they were fellow reproposers. Now, needless to say, they are both stand-up comedians. Matt Levy writes, fellow reproposer here, you are not the asshole. You deserve something special. If you don't think the hotel room is that place, let it be known. Better than bottling it in for years. Anthony, that's a pretty good point.
I agree. He's saying to communicate better. I think that's a big thing to do. You got to communicate.
And look, feelings can never be invalid. She had to say something. I maintain that her biggest mistake here was demanding a specific course of action, handing the ring back. She should have said her feelings and let him make the move.
I guess, but I mean, I don't know that he would make the move. Like that's hope. That's a lot of hope.
No, he's not an idiot. Boris Kiken writes, as someone who reproposed because my fiance wasn't as into me proposing at Costco as I'd imagine, I actually have to disagree with everyone here. Who cares? If you're going to spend the rest of your life with her, just repropose. Why would it be any issue? I side with the bride. We were so gripped by Boris's comment, we had to hear the whole story. I mean, who is stupid enough to ask someone to marry them in a Costco? So we gave him a call and asked what happened.
I love Costco. We both enjoy going to Costco. It was our first joint membership and a thing together. We got our first joint credit card at Costco. So I told a few friends. They all had trepidations about it. But one of my buddies, who you guys know, Justin Perez, I had him because I knew he had a Costco membership, so I had him film it on his phone. Otherwise, I didn't really tell anybody because I knew she didn't want it in front of friends and stuff. And I did it in the eggs section, so she was kind of cold when it happened. I got down on one knee, and the box was still wrapped in paper because it was a wooden box. I didn't want it to get messed up. So she said at first she thought I was joking, and then I took it out and she saw I wasn't joking. And she said yes. I could just tell she was a little bit processing everything going on still. And also we had to finish our grocery shopping afterwards. So there's that that we have to keep doing. As we're getting towards the checkout line, she's I'm not sure how I feel about telling my mom or my coworkers that I got engaged at Costco. And I was like, well, do you want me to do it over? And she was like, you know what? I thought about it. I think I do want you to do it over. I'm like, all right, well, give me the ring. So she gave me the ring. And then we're driving home from Costco and I'm like, all right, let's go to a restaurant or something. We went, we got a drink. I got down on one knee. Nobody there noticed or gave a shit. We got a champagne from the bartender. At that point, then I proposed, and I actually got what should be the emotional response you're looking for when you propose, which is she said yes and as well, but clearly was now actually processing the idea of someone asking her to marry her. I wouldn't want her pretending that she was stoked about it if she wasn't stoked about it. And in the end, it feels silly to quabble over it because it's you want your engagement to feel special, but the important thing isn't the engagement. It's the fact that you're going to spend your life together,
It sounds like you actually said to your fiance that you wanted to repropose. She just kind of expressed some discontent with it. Is that true?
I mean, she expressed discontent, but that's what I was kind of reading. I was like, well, look, if you're unhappy about it and the issue is that you don't want to say that you got proposed to at Costco, there's an easy way to solve that issue, which is that I proposed to you again. What's funny is in the long run, everyone she was looking where that immediate concern was, what am I going to tell my coworkers? What am I going to tell my mom? They all eventually heard the full story anyway.
All right. Well, is there anything you want to add, Boris, about this matter in general?
Communication is the clear thing. If both of those people are being honest honest with each other, then they'll work through it.
Okay, final question. Can we attend your wedding at BJ's Wholesale?
You think I'd have my wedding at a competitor? Actually, are they a competitor? They are, right? I think BJ's is owned by Walmart.
No, that's Sam's Club. You don't know shit about wholesale, baby.
I just focused to my one and dear Costco, you know?
Well, at least you're monogamous with your wholesalers. Thanks a lot, Boris.
Nice. What a button.